everyone, welcome with a quick and easy tech. Today I'm going to talk about the SQL Server Integration Services, SSIS. So I'm going to talk about the full session of union all, merge, join, transformations for a single or multiple mixed of TXT, CSV, Excel files in SSIS with a lot of examples. I'm going to do a lot of examples. So I'm going to talk about the union all. You get the union all and the merge. Pretty much it's all the same. Union all and the merge. Everything the same. Most of the things is the same. Only the union does not require a sorted data. You don't have to sort the data. I talk about the source. When you have a multiple source, you have a single source. In order to connect it to a union all, you don't have to sort it. For the merge, you have to sort it. And also for a union all, you can have multiple sources. You can have like 100 tons of sources. You can join all of them together. You can combine the data from different sources, multiple sources. For the merge, you can have only two. The most you can get is only two sorted sources, which is a data set. And I'm going to talk about the merge join, which is going to be another transformation. Merge join is just basically like joining a table, joining a columns. Like for example, you have a column, you have like ID, first name and last name, and you have another that's for the, like, let's say that's file number one. A file number two, you have the ID, which is going to be matched with the first file, and you have like employee, let's say department. You want to join the employee department only with the first file. So you want to have ID, first name, last name, and department. That's different. Merge join. Merge and union all, you're gonna combine all the same. You're gonna combine, like for example, you have two files. You have the same file. The first file you have ID, first name and last name. The second file is gonna be ID, first name and last name. You're just gonna have a different data, different ID. Just gonna combine all the record in same file. Merge join, it's different. You only join a columns. You add the columns. One file have 3 columns, one file have 2 columns. You need to add like one column that's in the second file with the column number 1. So I'm going to talk a lot. So first I'm going to talk about the union all with example, and then I'm going to be merge with the example, and then I'm going to talk about the third with merge join with another example. So let's just go back to the folder. So I have here multiple folders. So let's start with the union, right? Let me just give you like a basic conclusion. For example, that's the union. Union, we said you have multiple files. Like for example, you have here, you got 2 files, right? Let's say you got 2 files here. You have Excel file, and then let's say you have a TXT file here, right? This is you have the same metadata. You have ID, first name, last name, and state. You can have like a different name. It doesn't matter. You just have to have a same metadata, a same data type. This is Excel. The data type from Excel is different than the data type here, because for example, we're gonna go back to SSDT. I'm gonna show you for the ID data type. This is gonna give you float. ID in text file is gonna give you a string. All is gonna be string here. And for the Excel, the first name, last name and state will give you a Unicode, and in text file that's all 9 Unicode. So that's a different metadata. You have to match it. So we're gonna convert it. So let's talk about like union and merge. Basically the same, but okay. So you wanna merge dots data. Record, you want to add, so look, example, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have 4 records here, right? And then you want to add those 3 records. You want to add those records here, for example. You want to add them here. You want to have full record here, for example, you want to have everything. This is a join, this is a merge or union all. But for the TXT file, for the union, for the merge, you need to have a sorted data, and for the for the merge. Union, you don't have to have a merge only, and you can have multiple files here. With the union, with the merge, you cannot. You have to have two files. They're just basically, so like most of them are just the same. All right. So and for the joint, what's gonna happen for the joint? The merge joint. The merge joint mean exactly. You have this file and you have this file. This is you got 4 columns. You got 4 columns here, right? For example. So this is gonna be the match. This is gonna be the join key. For example, this is gonna join the ID, right? It's gonna be match. So we have this is basically this is not gonna work because you're gonna have a different columns here, and also you don't have the same name here. So this is not gonna work. So we have to pick something else. Let's say I have okay. Let's say I'm gonna have like another file here, right? So so basically this is gonna be another file. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna have 2 files, right? And here I have the 5th column. I'm gonna have, like, say a salary here, for example, and then you're gonna have a salary of like some thousand or something like that. What's gonna happen? I wanna have this is exactly like the same table, but what about I just want to add the columns. I want to add this columns. I want to join this column. I want to join this column, column with this file exactly. So I want to add another salary here. And most of this file, like for example, this file you don't have. You have only ID. For example, you got only ID here. So you got ID, for example, and you have only the salary. So basically you want to join, like you got numbers here, this is a salary. So what's gonna happen, the ID, this is gonna match. You got 1 2 3 4, this is gonna match with this file, and then we're gonna get the salary. We're gonna get the salary here. So that's, we're gonna add columns to this table, to this file. So we're gonna have a salary here. So that's, they call it a merge joint. That's the differences. So let's just go back to SSDT, and then we're gonna create a new package. Right click SSIS package and the packages, and then create a new package. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drag and drop data flow task. You know, every time you want to load data, you have to get a data flow task. So data flow task. Let's start with the first scenario. So we're gonna have a union. Let's start with the union all. So let's just go with the union all. So union all. Let's say basically, let's say I'm gonna have okay. So SSDT. Let's just drag and drop the flat file source. So for example, I want to join those tables here. So I want to join those files. They have TXT file, and they have CSV, and they have Excel file. Let's just combine all the data. So back to SSDT, that's flat file, which is going to be the TXT, and the CSV file. That's also, it's the flat file source. And for the Excel, you need to have Excel source. So that's the Excel source. That's the Excel source here. So let's say this is going to be the source. This is going to be TXT. And for the source, this is going to be CSV. And that's Excel. Let's just configure it. Double click on flat file source, and then click new. We have to navigate to the proper file. Click on browse. And then I'm just gonna copy the path here. So okay, so now we're gonna navigate to the text file. Column names in the first row, yes. If you go back to the file, so the first column, the first row, it's a column name. So that's okay. Delimited is all okay. Just click columns. So that's our data here. Our data here. Everything fine. Maps. Okay. I'm not gonna change the data type. I'm gonna show you how you do a data conversion. Preview it, and then return null from the source. Like for example, what does that mean? For example, like for the state, you have empty. You have empty space here. You got nothing here. Instead of have empty, we can have in the when we load it to a SQL Server table, we need to have a null instead of have space. That's exactly what does that mean. So back to SSDT, and then columns. Everything is mapped. ID, first name, last name, and state. Click OK. We done this. Let's what we're gonna do? Let's configure the CSV file. We're gonna create a new connection, and then browse. Now we're just gonna select the CSV file. Everything the same. The column is gonna be the first row. Yes. Columns, advanced, preview. Click OK. Retain the null. Yes. Columns. Everything is fine. Click OK. Let's double click in Excel source. Click new. Browse. That's my Excel file here. Click OK. First row has the column names. Yes. And then we're gonna select the sheet. I don't have multiple sheets. I have only one sheet. So no, sorry. So let's just remove the sheet here. Okay, so let's get rid of it. So okay, so I have only one sheet. So save it. Back here and select the sheet name. That's the name of the sheet. So I have sheet 1. That's sheet 1 here. You can see. So back to SSDT, and then click on the columns. Everything is mapped. Click OK. So now we're gonna drag and drop the union all. Union all. So union all. If you go back to the PowerPoint, does not require a sorted data set. You don't have to get you don't have to get a sort. You don't need sort here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna combine all the data, right? Combine all the data, drag and drop, just connect it, and then connect the CSV file, and also connect the Excel file. Double click on union all, and then maximize it. Look what's gonna happen. That's the union all. That's union all input. The second source, text file, CSV file, and that's the Excel file. This is the output. This is like the final output. What is gonna come out? This is exactly the output. So we're gonna load it. So double click here. Look what happened now. ID from this is from the TXT. If you see that source component, if you look at the bottom source component, flat file source TXT, hover over the ID, says source component flat file source CSV, and then if you try to map the ID, it's not gonna let you because you have a different metadata. So you need to have the same metadata here, because if you hover over the ID, it gives you string for the ID 50 length, and then it's gonna give you another string. And remember the Excel file, it will give you float. This is a float. That's a float. It's not a string. And also that's Unicode. So back to SSDT. What I'm gonna do, right click on Excel. Okay, just right click on Excel file, show advanced error here. Click on input and output properties, and then expand the flat file source, external columns. Click on ID. You see that it give us sorry. So that's wait a second. Just do it again. Okay, so flat file external ID. See that it give you string. This is a string. That's string, and the length exactly that's 50. The same way for the flat file, for the ID string here, and also for the first name string, last name, and the state. If you go to the source, right click, show advanced editor, and then input output properties, expand the Excel source output, and then external columns, click on ID. It gives you double precision float. First name give you Unicode string, last name Unicode string, state Unicode string. So the best way to avoid avoid the problem with the data, so we have to convert the data. So what I'm gonna do now, 1 second. So this is, I think, just loading a little bit. Wait for a moment, please. So let's just back again. So we're gonna drag and drop the data conversion here. Drag and drop data conversion. So I remove the connection, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna convert the data that comes from the Excel file. Double click, and the data conversion, we're gonna convert all of them. You know what to do here? I will always recommend that like the flat file here. If you go back to the flat file, because anyway, so we are going to load the data inside my database, and I don't have the table yet. So, but when I'm gonna load it to the SQL Server database, so that's I need to get the OnlyDB destination anyway. That's the OnlyDB destination, and I don't. When I'm gonna save the file, when I'm gonna save the data, I'm gonna save it inside the file here. So inside the table. So this is gonna be my table. I'm gonna create a table. I don't have table so far. I'm gonna create a table. I'm gonna call it a merge join union. I'm gonna have ID, first name, last name, and state. If you go back to the file, I have all the same columns here, ID, but only those like a little bit different. Like the first name, it's F name, comes from the source, but its destination flat file is going to be first name. It just doesn't matter. I'm going to set the ID integer, the data type, first name variable character, which is going to be varchar, last name varchar, and then state is going to be character only 2. Let's just execute the statement, and then we're going to select it. We're going to select the file. We're going to select the table. Let's just go to edit, IntelliSense, and then refresh local cache. Select the table. DBO, and that's going to be merge join union. My table. This is my table. ID, first name, last name, and state. So back to SSDT. I want to exactly match the same. I want to match exactly the same data type in my database here. So that's my table here. ID, I got integer, and then first name varchar 100, last name varchar 100, and state character 2. So I want to do the same. Double click on data conversion. You want to convert all of them. I want to get, so this is going to be 4x integer here, because it's integer. If you don't know why it's what is does that, how, okay, why I chose 4x integer, because I'm going to show you. If you open, let's just go to Google. So if you go to Google, they're going to type SSIS data types, and then click on the first one. So you're going to go with this. So since I have in my database, so I want to have integer. So in the correspondent in SSDT will be 4x integer. If you go back here, that's integer. It's going to be 4x integer. So this is going to be this is going to be a 32 integer, not the 64. The big integer is going to be 8x integer. This is going to be 64. So I'm going to go with the 4x integer here. So I want to match the data. So this is going to be 4x integer. And also for the Unicode, the differences between Unicode and non-Unicode. Unicode, it's for foreign language. Not the Unicode for foreign language. Like for example, I mean non-Unicode. Yeah, Unicode for use it for a foreign language. For example, you have like some letter or language in Chinese, Japanese, or some like a German or some Arab, you need to use Unicode. So so I'm gonna stuck with the this is gonna be a varchar, so I need to get the varchar. The varchar is gonna be a string here. That's a varchar is gonna be a string here, dtstr. So I'm gonna back to SSDT. First name will be string, which is gonna be non-Unicode, and also is gonna be string. Last name is gonna be string, and then also for the length, if you go back to SQL Server, I got the length 102 for the state. So I'm gonna change the length so I don't have to have a truncation problem. This is gonna be for 2. So click OK, we're all done. And also back again to double click, so we're gonna have a new name. This is gonna be copy of ID, copy of first name, copy of last name, copy of the state. That's the original column name, but this is after we convert the data. We're gonna have a new output alias. So this is the new output data, the name of the data that have been converted. Copy of ID. You can change the name. You got no problem. Let's just change the name here if you want. Converted. Let's say converted. Okay, let's gonna have this converted of. You know what? Just gonna leave it like this. I'm just half know about it. Just in case you guys are confusing, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So it's gonna be 102. I'm not gonna change the name. Keep the name as it is, and then just connect it to the union all. Double click on union all. Now we're gonna match it. We're gonna match the source that's come from the Excel. So we need to match the copy of ID, the new converted ID. See that? It gives you another error. Why? Again with the metadata. What's gonna happen now? Because the metadata, it's that. So now we converted for the Excel. We converted the ID comes from the Excel is gonna be 4-byte integer, which is exactly matched the integer in SQL Server table. But what about the ID comes from this section here? What about the ID comes from the source? The same way. No, this is a string. This is not 4-byte integer. So what to do here? If you want, we can just okay. We change the data type from here. Let's change the data type from here also. Let me just change all the data type. So this is gonna be. I don't want to get you confused now. So and then exactly drag and drop data conversion here. We're gonna match everything now. And so this is gonna be exactly 4-byte integer. And this is gonna be a string. Well, okay, we just need to change the length here to copy of ID. That's the new name here. Same way here. This is gonna be 4-byte integer. The string will be okay, and then it's gonna be 2 here. Click OK. So now connect all of them. Now we should be okay. Now we just have to remap. That's the TXT file, CSV, and the Excel. We're gonna change it to the copy of ID. Sorry, we just have to get rid of those. Okay, so now start with the copy of ID. Some problem here. 1 second. Let me just go back here and see what's going on here. Now, what was the problem? And just get rid of it. Probably after we convert the data, let's just get rid of the union all, and then drag and drop union all again. So connect all of them. Okay. So now double click in union all. So we got a new column's name. That's a new column name. This is copy of ID comes from this source. This is come from this, and this one comes from the Excel file. We don't have to worry about those now. What about the new column after we convert it? You just need to match the first name of that's That's so you got the Excel, CSV, and the text file. Copy of ID, copy first name, last name, and state. This is after we convert the data. So click OK. Now I'm gonna connect to the OLEDB. Click to OLEDB destination. Double click, and then we're gonna set the new connection. I have a new connection. I'm just gonna delete. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna create a new one. You need to get the server name back to SQL Server table, and then SQL Server, and then you're gonna select the server name. You need to get the name of the server here. That's the name of the server. And then also you can click on Object, Explore, Connect, Database Engine, and copy the server name from here back to SSDT, and then paste the name of the server, and then we're going to select the proper database. So my database will be SSIS test database. So back to SSDT, you need to select the SSIS test database, test connection succeeded. Click OK, click OK. Okay, now we're going to select the proper table. If you go back to SQL Server, my table is going to be DBO merge join union. Back to SSDT, select the proper table. That's my table here. Make sure I don't have data in my table. And then for the mappings, remember, that's the data. After we convert the data, we're gonna have a new output alias now. So now what we're gonna do, after we combined all the rows together, all the data together, we're gonna have one new output coming out from here. So this is gonna be our new output coming out from here. We combined those columns and columns from TXT, CSV, and Excel. You can change the name here. That's the output that goes to the OLEDB destination. So back again, double click on OLEDB destination and mappings. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna just remap again. Forget about those. That's the old source data type. We need to get the new converted data type now. Everything is mapped. Look here. For example, if you don't have one of them is not mapped, let's say for the ID, it's so easy. Drag and drop drag copy of ID and exactly match it with the ID. This source, that's the available, says available destination column. This is for the SQL Server table destination, and this section, this for the input, which comes from Union after we combine all the data. That's the source, that's the destination now. So back again to mappings. So we got everything: ID, first name, last name, and state. Click OK. Let's go back to SQL Server. Make sure we don't have data in my table. So I got nothing here. Back to SSDT. Run the package and see what happens. See that our package has been successfully executed. I have 4 rows come from the TXT file, 3 rows come from the CSV, and 3 rows come from the Excel. So I'm gonna have supposed to have total of 10. Back to SQL Server, select the table. I got ID, first name, last name, and state exactly. If you want to sort them, let's say select all of them. We're gonna order by. Let's get order by ID. So I got this is unique. So we got everything from them. If you go back to the table and then select the proper table, see that's 1, 2, 3, and also for the CSV for 5, 6, 7, and the Excel 8, 9, 10. So now let's try another scenario. Let's say I want to have multiple. Okay, so this is gonna be, let's say this is gonna be the data flow task. Multiple sources, multiple files. We're done with this. stop the package. Okay, let me do another data flow task here, and then I'm gonna call this okay, let's do this. Let's do this data flow task. Okay, data flow task, and this is gonna be, for example, only TXT, only the TXT file. Let's just try all of them. This is gonna be, let's say I'm gonna do this for TXT. Let's drag and drop flat file source, and then I'm gonna navigate to the proper database, and now yeah, double click on it, and then click new, browse. Let's get the first, but let's get multiple now. We need to get a multiple files, combine multiple files from the same source, same extension. So let's go here, text file. I have multiple text files. I got the first file here and the second file, third one here. Let's select all those files here. Okay, let's select the first one. Everything is good, and also retain. Let's get another source here, and then the third source here. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get the second file. This is the second file, everything all the same. So my columns, everything good. Let's get the third one, new connection. That's the third one. Columns advanced preview, and then retain nulls from value. Yes. Now I'm gonna get a union null, connect all of them. Okay, connect the third source also, double click. Everything is mapped. Click OK. Connect to all IDB destination. All IDB destination. Here you go. And then double click on all IDB destination. We are using the same connection, and the same server, just gonna navigate to the proper file. So this is my file. This is my table. Mappings, first name and last name. Look what's gonna happen now. If you click OK, you got truncation here. You see that the yellow truncation? Truncation make your Y because of the state. Because if you go back to the SQL Server table, look at the state, the character. We said the character, it's in two character here. If you go back to SSDT, and if you go back to the source, let's say that's the first source, the second source, same second source here. So if you go back here and look, the state is set on 50, not 2. You can just change it to 2, but we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have what are you gonna do? You can just drag and drop again the data conversion. But let's just gonna do it this way from the source. Okay, let's just you just have to double click here to get out of it. Okay, so that's the source number 3, and then go to advanced, change the state. It's gonna be 50. But you know what? We're gonna change. Let's change the whole data type again. So back again to the first source. Advanced, the ID we're supposed to have a 4 sign integer, and this is the string. Non-Unicode is okay, but we have it on 100. Last name 100, and also for the state is okay. Just click OK, and then for the second connection, second file, we're gonna do all the same here. ID is supposed to be 4 sign integer. First name, the same. We just have to change the length. Last name 100, and the state will be 2. And we just have to double click here. Double click here. Click OK. We're gonna do the same way for the source number 3. We got source flat file connection manager 4. I'm gonna have too much connections here. So back to click on advanced, and then we have to get the 4x sign. We have 4x sign engine, so we have to change the length again here. 100. Last name 100. The state is gonna be 2. And then they will click here. Click yes. Okay, we're all done now. Everything's supposed to be fine. Click OK. What is that? Does not match the metadata. Which one? Just get rid of those and reselect it again. Drag and drop the union all and try to connect to all of them. We shouldn't have problem now. Click OK. Now connect to see that the yellow triangle will go away. Connected. See that it went away. So let's mappings. We do not have to change the name to copy first name, copy of last name, because if you go back to the first connection, that's flat file connection manager 2. Advanced, you can change the ID here. You can change, you can add the name, you can change the name of the ID, the name of the column, but I'm not going to change it. In data float, in data conversion, when you drag the data conversion here, it's just giving you an option. It's showing you the output alias. If you go back here and double click on data conversion, output alias, copy of ID. So back to our file here, get rid of it. So that's why I didn't change the name of all the name of the columns. I didn't change it. It's all the same here. So I don't have to change the name here. That's why I do not have to remap or look for copy of ID. So everything looks good. Click OK. Run the package. You got 10 rows here, right? So stop the package and go to SQL Server, select it. Look, oh, okay, so sorry, I forgot to delete, yeah. We got the multiple, I forgot to truncate the old table, so let's just truncate the data. That's why we have multiple rows here, so. Truncate table. We're gonna truncate this table. I'm going to try to clean the data. So back to SSDT, and then start the package again. Run the package. Package runs successfully. Save it, and then back here. You see that? I have now 20. Why is 20? Oh, okay. You know why I have 20? Because I forgot to disable the other sources here. Because when you run the package, you're gonna have a data flow task come from the multiple files and the TXT file. It just run both of them runs at the same time. See that? So this give us 10. Second one give me another 10 now. So let's just stop the package. Just gonna disable this. Data flow task clear. Let's just clear the data here, and then back here and run the package. I want to run only this one. This is disabled, so start the package, execute the package. So the package has been executed successfully. Back to SSDT. Now we got duplicate. Now we don't have duplicates. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? If you go back to my file, and then I got the TXT file here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got 44, 55, 66. I have 13, 15, 14, 15. So just gonna try another scenario. We're gonna try another example. What are we gonna do? What example you want to do? Let's go back to the PowerPoint and look. We done everything now. So okay, now we done with the union all. I just tried the different scenario. Okay, let's say an union all. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Okay, let's have another scenario. So since all the file has been matched, right? So I have 4 columns here. I have 4 columns, and I have the second file, the 4 columns, and the third file is the 4th columns. Guys, this is gonna be applied for I did for the TXT, so I don't have to do the CSV and the text file because I already did them here. It's so easy to do it because I want to save some time. So what I'm gonna do now, let's say I'm gonna check. So let's say so the first file will be 4 rows, right? Let's say the second file here, I have only let's say I'm gonna add another columns here. I'm gonna have another column, right? I'm gonna call it what? I'm gonna call that column, I'm gonna call it let's say salary. A salary here. And then what I'm gonna do now, let's say get numbers here, some numbers here. So so now I have 5 columns. And then for the 3rd column, I'm just gonna delete what I'm gonna delete. I'm gonna delete the state here. I don't have state. I have only 2 columns here. Let's try this scenario and see what's gonna happen. So let me show you what happened here. So so the first file is gonna be 4 columns. The second file is gonna be, I added one column salary. The 3rd file I just got rid of 1. Let's go and see what's gonna happen if you run the package again. You cannot run the package again. It's okay. If I'm gonna run the package with less column, but since I added 1 more columns, I need to add 1 more column in my database also. So I need to add the salary database. I need to add the salary. What is it? So that's my salary. I need to add another column. I have another column. So go back to SQL Server, and then I'm gonna add another column here, state. So I'm gonna do alter table. That's the name. That's the name of the table here. And then gonna have another alter column. No, sorry. I'm gonna add column. I'm gonna add a salary. Salary will be what? I'm gonna add the salary, and then they're gonna be decimal. Let's say I'm gonna get a decimal. So add salary. Get rid of the column. So add salary to this table. Run the package. So I have a salary now. If you go back to my table, refresh, I have a new column now. Salary, decimal 18. That's the default. Precision is 18, scale is 0. So what we're gonna do now, let's go back and go back to SSDT, double click. So what happened here? What's gonna happen now? Let's run the package and see what's going on. I know we're gonna have a lot of problem. This is not gonna go through. Let's run the package. See that it has a problem with the second file and the 3rd file because we got rid of we added and we got rid of some. So what I'm gonna do now, let's delete all of them. Let me just get rid of the whole things now, so I don't want to get confused now. Okay, so I just stop the package. This is just gonna be too much. Let's get rid of those also. The connection, this is gonna be here, stay here. Okay, let's just get a drag and drop data flow task here, and then we're gonna do the same way. Flat file, we're gonna have a 3 flat file source, 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, it's gonna navigate and then click navigate to the proper file here. The first file, columns. See that? This is 4 columns now. Let me change the data type from here. So the data type is gonna be a first by assigned integer. The state is gonna be, this is gonna be 100. Last name 100, and the state will be 2. Retain the null columns. Okay, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get the second file here, second TXT file, and then advanced, you're gonna this is gonna be for by assigned integer, and then 100 for the length, last name the same way. Okay, see that we have new columns now, so this is gonna be 2. What about the salary? The salary, it's supposed to be a decimal now. If you go back to the table, look, it's salary, it's a decimal. What is the correspondent decimal in SSIS? Go back to Google. If you look in decimal, that's decimal here. So you got a decimal, DT underscore decimal. So you go back to SSDT and look for decimal here. Where's the decimal? Here you go. That's the decimal. Click OK. Retain the null columns. Click OK, and now I'm gonna do the second. We're gonna do the third one. Okay, and the column change here. This is gonna be 4 by assigned integer, and then first name. In this file, we don't have the state. Okay, here. Let's drag and drop the union null. That's the union null. Look guys, what is the state here? There is some problem, right? Doesn't let me, because look what's gonna happen now. So the first file, if you go back here, if you go back, the first file gave us 4 columns. Second file gave us 5 columns. The first file gave us 3 columns only. Sorry, 3 columns. Look what's gonna happen now. If you go back SSDT union null, the first one, which is gave us 4 columns, that's alright. What about the second one? The second one was supposed to have 5. Where is the salary? The salary are missing. Salary are missing here, and also the state is missing. Is okay, but where is the salary? I cannot get the salary here. What are you gonna do? That's the salary here. If you click on the salary, that's the salary came out. Look, it was hidden. Let's just close it, double click. You have to make sure everything is mapped. You cannot see, it doesn't show you the second file. The second file, look at the second file, we have 5 salary. So we're supposed to have total of 453. So look, if you go back here, something missing, which is supposed to be the second file, the second source. That's the second source. If you hover over it, over the ID, it says component flat file source, but I supposed to name it, but it's okay. It's missing. Look for it, nothing here. Look for it, nothing here, but I have it here. That's the salary, and it always came out. You can just change the name. This is gonna be ignored because we don't have a salary in the first file. We don't have a salary in the first file, and also the third file we don't have a state. So everything looks fine. Click OK, and now I'm gonna drag and drop the OLEDB destination, and then connect it. Double click on OLEDB destination. We're gonna use the same destination, the same server, and then just gonna use the same file, the same table mappings. And for the mappings, remember you have to map first name and the last name state, and see the salary came out again here. We get the salary here. So click OK, go back to SQL Server, make sure we don't have nothing in the table. Back to SSDT, run the package and see what's gonna happen now. Execute the package. Package has been successfully executed, so stop the package, save it just in case. Back to SQL Server, we have 10 rows here, so that's you got here. So that's okay. So that's the first file. Load the first file, which is have only 4 rows. We have only 4 rows here, and the second file, which is loaded, I mean the third file, which is gave us only 3 rows, missing state and salary, and the last file loaded, which it was originally from the second file, gave us everything with the salary. See that we have null. You remember I told you we select the null here? If you go back to SSDT, sorry, if you click on the source, see that retain null from the value. I checked it, and because look, if you don't have null here, you can have space. This is gonna be like empty, just empty, like a blank, empty. Okay, we're done with this scenario. Let's get another scenario. What are you gonna do? That's it. Pretty much that's everything for union all. That's for union all. Remember, the union all, we have multiple sources. We got 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 different sources, 3 different data sets. But for merge, you cannot have 3. You need to have only 2, and you need to sort them also. You have 2 max, and you have to sort them. That's pretty much just 2 and sort. It doesn't accept more than 2 data sets, which is 2 sources, and required be sorted. That's it. That's the difference. Exactly. That's it. Everything is fine. And also, I'm gonna have another questions here. Since everything's fine, there is in conclusion. So there is a question that says why union all is better than the merge for a table operation. Because, like for example, if you are in database, production level, you have millions of rows of thousands of tables and rows and everything, and then you want to join them. You want to you want to merge a lot of files. What are you gonna do? You want to choose. You want to choose this union all the merge. It depends on your need. Depends on your business need. If you don't need to sort them, definitely go with the union all. And even if you do not want to sort them, but you want to go with the merge, remember the merge is gonna require this is gonna be slow. The package will be slow if you have a lot of packages, because remember you're gonna have a sort here. You need to have a sort here. You're gonna sort it, you know. So if you go have, like for example, you have 2 sources, and each source file have thousands of rows, or probably millions of them, and this one the same way here. Remember, this is going to be executed. It's going to go sort record by record. Record is going to slow the operation, so you don't have to use the don't use merge, just use union all if you don't have to sort the data for some reason. And also you can sort it in a database level here. You can just sort them when you have when you load the data to a SQL Server table. You can just sort them from here. Otherwise, just choose anything else. If you have to sort them from the SQL Server, from the SSIS package, use the merge. So let's just jump to okay, so now the conclusion, the data set. Okay, let's just try the merge now. Let's go back with the merge. Let's just let's get rid of those. Okay, let me gonna do now. Okay, let's start over again. That will be better. So let's get rid of the whole things here. Get rid of those connections. I got a lot of connections here. Okay, so I got rid of one of the connections. Okay, now it's good. So let's drag and drop data flow task. Now I'm gonna want to try the merge. So let's say this time I'm gonna have a, let's this time talk about, let me just get rid of those. Okay, let's gonna do, yeah, let's pretty much do, let's do the CSV file this time, alright? So start over again. This is gonna be the same thing with, okay, let's say CSV file with merge. Okay, so let's copy the path here. Back to SSDT, we're gonna drag and drop the flat file source. We need to have flat files. Okay, so I have 3 tables now, right? I have 3 files. I cannot have 3 files. I cannot have 4. Let's have 3 and see what's gonna happen. Let's do some experiments. See what's gonna happen. So let's gonna have 3 sources, right? 3 here. Now we get to the first one. Click in new, and then go to the table. Go to your proper file. Select the CSV file, the first one. Columns, names, advanced. Let's change the data type. This is going to be 4 sign integer. First name, the first name, just change the length. Last name 100, and the state will be 2. We're done with the first one. Let's go with the second one. You need to, okay, select the second file. Columns, advanced, it's gonna be 4 sign integer here. Change the length. And then for the state also 2. Retain the null. Columns. Okay, let's just do the third one. Let's see what's gonna happen. I know this is not gonna work. Let me just show you what's gonna happen now. Select the CSV file. That's the third one. Okay, this is gonna be 4 sign integer here. First name will be, this is gonna be 100, and then for the state will be 2. Retain the null, columns, click OK, right? So drag and drop this time is going to be merge here. Let's see what's going to happen now. Okay, merge, right? You know what? I think you just have to go format here, or layout, diagram. No. I think format auto size. I think no. Align. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't give me. Okay, let's go to center. Damn, what is that? Okay, so diagram. Okay, so let's just drag and drop those here. Sorry. Okay, okay, so that's gonna be, so first you need to have sort. I don't have sort now. The system is not gonna let me merge the first one. If you try to connect the second one, it's connected. Double click on the merge. Look, it says the input merge input 1 and input merge 2, which is this one, have sort key positions assigned to their columns incorrectly, because we don't have the sort now. Let's connect those. So didn't even let you connect the third source. You cannot connect the third source here. And this one don't like this. Just trying to show you. Okay, see that all the available inputs on the target component are connected to the output. So edits this component to define. You cannot have 3. You cannot have 3. So you have to have 2. Let's get rid of the second one. So we're okay now, but now we need to have sort. You have two options. There's 2 ways to sort those. Get rid of the connection. What we're gonna do, you can drag and drop the source here. Connect the source to the source, and then you want to sort by ID, right? Let's say by ID. You can sort by first name, last name, state. Let's select ID, and this one also I want to sort by ID. let's connect them with the merge here. So that's see that the output is changed now. Sort output, that's going to be the first one, it's going to be the second one. I can connect. Look, it's correct now. Double click on merge, it's sorted. It's let me because after I sorted, we sorted by ID now. So that's the first source. This is the first source. The first column source come from the first file, and this is the second one. That's the output. So this is the output here. That's the output. That's the final after we merge inside. This is one way. The second way, we're gonna do right click on advanced, like for example, I don't have source here, right? Let's say this way. What I'm gonna do, when you try to connect, it's not gonna let you. Double click. So what are you gonna do here? Right click on the flat file source, show advanced editor, and then go to input and output properties, expand flat file source, and then the external. We need to sort by what? We need to sort by ID, but let's go first. Click on flat file source output, and then see that it says is sorted. We're gonna say yes, and then you want to sort by the ID, right? So you want to sort by ID. 1 second. No, 1 second. Yes, right here. So what we're gonna do now, let's start over again. So you click on flat file source, and then you have to set the its source sorted to true. It was false. And then you click on output columns, expand it, and you want to sort by ID, right? And then sort key position, set it to 1. Why you want to set it to 1? If you want to sort by also by name, the first name, you can set the first name to, let's say 2. If you want to sort also by the last name, is going to be 3. But I just want to sort by the first name. I want to sort by the first name, only the ID, so it's going to be 0 here. So click OK. We sorted now, right? Look, the red class has been gone. Double click. We sorted now. If you double click on sort, if you click, look, if you click on the first, like we selected the ID, right? The sort ID is 1, set to 1. If you select the first name, it's set to 2. Last name to 3. You see that? Okay, click OK. Now what we're gonna do, we merge those files now, right? What we're gonna do now, get the OLEDB destination. OLEDB destination, that's OLEDB destination here. Double click. We have set the connection, just need to select the proper table. That's my table. Output columns now. This is going to be the same. We didn't cover the data now, right? So that's the first name, last name, state, and salary. Look at the salary here. The salary didn't give me, because if you go back to a table, remember, I have 4 columns, I have 5 columns now, ID, first name, last name, and state in my SQL Server. But in CSV file, I have only 4 columns here. I have 4 columns only. I have 5 columns, one of the file in the TXT file, so I have 4 columns here. It's okay, back to SSDT. So you're gonna have null here, you're gonna have null in front of the salary. Click OK. Let's run the package. Let's just go back to file and make sure we don't have data. Back to SSDT, run the package, and we'll see what happened. And see what's gonna happen now. So the package has been run successfully, right? You got 3 rows here, 3 rows here, I have total of 6. So the package goes back to the table, select, execute the package. You have 5, 6, 7, 400, 500, and 600. and you have the column of salary that's null. See that we combined the rows here, combined the record. If you combine many columns, that's mean merge joined. Combine record, union all, or merge. Combined multiple columns, that's mean merge join. So go back here and then select, look at the data now. You got 5, 6, 7, and I think the second one 4, 5, 5, 6. So we're done with this now. That's pretty much that's different. Let's just recap. So the flat file, flat file, and then that's for the union all. You don't need to have. See that? That's exactly what is the difference here. This is union operations here. You can have multiple here. You can have multiple files. Let's say you can have a CSV file. Let's say you have like only DB source. You can have a lot of them here. See that? Lets you connect everything. A lot of sources. See that? No problem. You do need to have sourced, and also this is limited to 2 also. Only 2. Here you can have multiple and no sort. That's the difference between merge and union. And if you have a long operation, you have to go through the sort, and this is going to take too much time. No, you rather use the union all. That's it. If you don't have to have if you don't have to sort them, use the union all. Okay, let's just delete those. Okay, now let's start. We're done with the merge. I don't think I have to do another scenario, because if you want to do like the same way with the columns, less columns or more columns, it's like this, exactly the same way. It's exactly the same way. If you have 4 columns here, and this one you have 5 columns or whatever. Sorry, I think this one here. Here you go. So the same way, if you have 4 columns, the second file 5 columns, and the third one 3 columns. It's the same way like union all. So I don't have to do the same thing with merge. Let's just go and start with talking about merge now. Merge join now. Merge join with the example. So we're gonna have, let's start with merge now. Let's go back to SSDT. Let's get rid of the whole things now. I just want to create a new package. I don't like this package now because too much connection. Just in case, create a new package. And now let's just clear the table. So now for the merge, right? Let's just go back here with this column for journal. Okay, so let's start with the TXT file, right? So the TXT file here, I'm gonna have 3 different files. The first file will be customer information, ID, first name, last name, and state. I don't have the salary anymore. But so then I have 4 columns now, and I have a salary, ID and salary, and plus I have another file called customers department here. But look, there is something common between all those files here. Something's supposed to be match or not match here. Look. You have here. You got what do you got here? So you here. Customers information, first name, last name, ID, last name and state. Here you have the department, but you have the same ID. It just match with this column, with this file. In this section you have the salary, but you got the same ID here. But we just need to add the salary and the department. We want to join them to this table. We need to have here, we need to have a salary and departments, you know. So how we're gonna do that? We're gonna use a merge join now. Back to SSDT. We're gonna drag and drop the airflow task, double click, and then we're gonna get the connection. So we're gonna get the source. So since we are using flat file, this is TXT file, so I'm gonna drag and drop flat file source, and another flat file source here. Okay, so just save it. So we're gonna just create. Okay, so we're just gonna So let's say this source is gonna be what? This is gonna be this is gonna be the info. This is gonna be the information. That's the information, and this one is gonna be what? Let's say this is gonna be the department, and this one here is gonna be the third source will be a salary. That's the salary, right? So now double click new, browse. So this one here, okay, select the information for the file, and then we're gonna get the connection here. Let's say flat file. This is gonna be just gonna rename it. This is gonna be info. So we know this is the belong to the file information. See that, the columns. And the same thing, let's correct the data type. This is gonna be for by sign integer, 100 for the length, 100 here for the state. You got 2. Preview it, and then retain all columns. Click OK. We're gonna navigate to the department now. Departments file. That's the department file. The connection, gonna have gonna give it like a proper name. Department. Now click on columns. We're gonna set the data type, change the data type. ID will be for by sign integer. We have all the departments here. What is the department here? We don't have the department in SQL Server. Remember, we don't have it. We don't have a columns here. How are we gonna add a column? We're gonna have 2 new columns now, because if you go back to the table, we have 4 columns. We have first ID, first name, last name, and state in SQL Server. ID, first name, last name, and state. But we don't have the salary. We don't have the department column here, and we have the salary, but we don't have a department. Let's just create another column. We need to create another column in this database here. We need to create a column. It's gonna be alter table. That's the name of the table. And then we're gonna add and then what do you want to add in department? You wanna say the department. We're just gonna say varchar here. Another, let's say 100. The length will be 100, right? So this is department selected. Now we have a department. Now if you refresh the column, we have a department. Now we have a new. Okay, so back to SSDT. So we set it on 100 string, which is a varchar, which is string in Unicode, but we get the length is going to be 100. Click OK. Return null. Columns. Click OK. Now for the salary, we're going to set the salary here. I'm going to rename the connection. It's going to be salary. salary, and then select the salary table. Sorry, I'm in file. So, and then you need to get the 4 sign integer, and then for the salary we have the salary what? It's in decimal. So we need to get it, we change the data type to a decimal here. That's the decimal. Click OK, return null values, columns is okay. We're all done. We're gonna drag and drop, merge join here. But remember, in merge join also you need to have a sort. If you go back here, merge join, joining to sorted data set. You need to have sort also. You need to sort. Let's just connect it. We don't have sort, right? I don't have sort. See the output flat files source is not gonna let you. You need to sort them. Look, double click. The sorted property must be set to true or from both sources transformation. So we have to get 1 second. I don't know, this is just making me crazy now. You need to get this is really making me crazy. Just keep crashing the Visual Studio. So you need to get the source, the sort. Let's just break all the connection. Okay, I'm gonna drag and drop the sort 3 times. Double click, we want to sort by ID. Also sort by ID also. And here sort by ID also. You need to sort only by ID here. So see that sorted output now. Left join. Look, when you're trying to connect the third one, it didn't let you select the third one. So you cannot join, even merge join doesn't let you join the third data set. You cannot sort the third data set. But what are you gonna do now? Let's just join 2 of them, information and the department. Double click, and then how we're gonna sort them. So you get the join key. So both of them is gonna be joined based on the ID, the match ID. So we have inner joint, left arrow joint, full arrow joint. Inner joint, that's mean only the matching columns, only the matching. If you go back to the file, so what are we doing now? We are matching what? Let's go back, we're matching the department and the information. So this is the department and that's the information. Select the department, hold on, so let me just close down all those files here. Department, formation. Okay, so now let me show you. So I'm joining this table, I'm adding the department with this columns. I'm gonna have 5 columns now. Based on the ID matching columns, you got 1 match to 1, you got 2 match to 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4. What about if not match? I'm gonna add another row record to show you if it's not gonna match. This is gonna be a match. So right. So let's just close it down. Back to SSDT. Double click. Okay, so this is going to be matched based on the ID. And then what do you want to see? What do you want to see in the actual table? Execute. We don't have data now. Back here. Okay, I want to see the ID. I want to see the first name. I want to see the last name. I want to see the state. And I want to see the department. I don't want to see the ID again. I don't want to see too many. I don't want to see two IDs here. I don't want to have another columns here. I have already one columns. I don't have another columns for ID. I don't want it. So this is join key. That's different. See that? Join key and join key here. Sorry. So what's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen now? So I need to see the ID, first name, last name, and state. I want to see the departments also only. See that? So what's gonna do now? We have 5 columns. Click OK. Now we're gonna drag and drop OLEDB destination. Drag and drop OLEDB destination. Okay, let's just get rid of these things here. Let me see if I can disable it. It's not gonna listen. Let's just get rid of it. Oh, just leave it. It's not gonna do anything. Double click on OLEDB destination, and then for the connection, I need to get the connection. My connection. Remember the server name? You need to get the server name. Cover the server name. So back to SSDT. I have my connection. I'm gonna navigate to the proper table. That's my table merge joint. I don't have data inside. Nothing now. Mappings now. I need to map first name, last name, state, and for the salary. See, the salary didn't came out right now from the source. This is my destination. Dots are my destination here. That's the SQL Server table now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 columns now. But in my SSDT, I have 4 and 1 from here. 3 and 1. Look, I'm selecting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So I have 5 columns. I don't have salary. That salary comes from this one here, and I cannot connect it. So back to mappings. Ignore the salary. So those are gonna have this is gonna be matched here, and we changed the data type already. Click OK, run the package, and see what's gonna happen. Save it, just in case the system crashed. Will crash. Okay, so the package has been run successfully. Don't worry about this. This is not gonna do anything. So we have 4 columns, right? 4 columns. So just keep the package. So go back here and then run and execute this query. Look, I got the ID, first name, last name, and state. I don't have the salary, so that's why it's showing me null. And the department, each department is belong to the ID. Let's just go back to the table. So let's say ID number 3. This ID number 3 is supposed to be matched here. Back here to the table. ID number 3 is supposed to be a finance. If you go back here, ID number 3, finance. The same way here. Let's say ID number 1. ID number 1 is he work with the Department of IT. All right. Okay. Okay, we done. So you want to do? Let's do. You want to do join the department, the salary is going to be the same way here. You can just get rid of this. Yeah, if you want, let's get rid of it. Let's just stop the package. So just in case if you're confusing, let's get rid of those, or just keep it. So what I'm gonna do now, let's say I'm gonna insert. I'm gonna show some kind of experiment now. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, so I got a good idea. So what I'm gonna do now? Run the package again. We got 4 roses now, right? So see that, guys? So run the package. So package successfully. If you go back here, and then it doesn't give me the salary. So now, in order to join the salary, you cannot have more than one row here, more than two files. Now let's talk about another scenario. So I don't think much scenarios left now. Okay, let's just go back. Okay, so let's just go back here and go to the merge now. Let's start. So we talked about the inner joint. That's mean only the matching rows, only matching. Let's talk about not matching row. Let's just talk about the full order joint. What does that mean? Let's keep it an order joint. So this is gonna be the right. Which one is the right? This one is the right. So this one is the left. This one is the right. So let's just go back to the source department, right? Let's go to source department and then add another column. Let's say you're gonna have there is another ID called 6, and the department will be, let's say what is that? Let's say law enforcement. Let's say law enforcement now. Let's gonna have another one, 7. Let's say transportation. Okay, save it. That's in a department, right? So if you double click, we're still in order joint, which is only the matching rows. So clear the table, run the package again, and see what's gonna happen. We still have 4 rows, doesn't give me 6. If you select, right click on debug. So okay, so this back here, stop the debug. Okay, just execute. You see that it didn't give me the ID number 5 and ID number 6 because it's only the matching from the left to the right. In order to get full of them, which is you have something you have here, you don't have it, or you have rows here, you don't have it in this file, you're gonna give me either one of them. It's gonna be full, both of them. So we select both, right? Full order joint, and then run the package. Now we got 6 rows now. See that? We got 6 rows now. Stop the package, save it, run it, execute it. Sorry, I just because I duplicated, I forgot to truncate it. So just run the package again. Supposed to truncate the data. Okay, so see that give me 6 rows now. Stop the package, go back again, select. See, it give me 6 now. But with those 6, I don't have. Look, even for the ID, it didn't give me the ID because I didn't have ID. I don't have. Look, if you go back, departments, right? It's only give me the ID because I don't have nothing match. I don't have reference to the ID. You see, you know what I'm saying? I don't have. It's only it give me the matching, but didn't give me the ID because it's not joined. Look, if you double click, it's not a joint. It's joint key, but it's not joint key on the both. Okay, let's just gonna do the opposite way now. Okay, so just back here. Let's just get rid of those. Look what's gonna happen now. If you save it, just get rid of the backspace here and then save it. Now go to the information, add it here, right? Okay, let's just have ID only. I don't have nothing here, only ID. Just make sure I don't have space here. Okay, so I have only ID. what's gonna happen? Truncate the table and then run the package. Six rows. Execute this statement. Look, everything is null, and is also give me the ID in this section, even it's false 6 and 7, because as I said, even if you have ID in the department, but you don't have the match ID in information, we're not going to show you, because we joined, so the key joint, it's on ID. See that little connection here, ID. Okay, let's just gonna do another experiment. Let's do sorry, just get rid of it. So let's go back and then double click and merge join. Let's just gonna do the left arrow joint. The left arrow joint will give me anything from the left. Anything from the left. This is the left, which is gonna be the information. Let's just run it. Let's run it again. Give me 6 rows now. Go back, run the package. Look, it's give me again, but let me do another experiment. So what I'm gonna do now, back to the file, to the department, right? And department, let's say how can I do this? Okay, let's say I'm gonna have a different ID. I'm not gonna have the same ID. I don't have much ID. Let's say I'm gonna have 7, I'm gonna have 8. So I'm gonna have 8 here. Let's close those and open it again. Okay, so I'm gonna have, let's say, 8, and also I'm gonna have 9. And here is gonna be what? Media. Let's say in this time, this one is gonna be aviation. All right. Save it. Yeah, save it. Okay, so now let's go back to SQL Server. Execute. We don't have nothing in the table. Execute the package. I got 6 rows now again. But remember, if you click on join, you have left arrow join. And which is this one, the left side, not this one. This is the right side, that's the left side, which is source information, department is the right side. If you execute the select statement, look, it's giving me only anything from the left, not from the right. Let me explain one more time. You got 2 tables now, right? Okay, so we selected, we chose the left arrow joint. This one is the left arrow joint. This is left. Anything from the left, and anything from the right, only the matching. Only the matching will give you only the matching here. Look, so left. If you go back, SSDT, left arrow joint. Anything from the left, from the right, only the matching. So if you go back and then look at the tables here, this is the left. Give me everything from 1 to 7, from 1 to 4, full. Give me the first name, last name, and state. And give me only the ID 6 and 7. See that? Everything here is giving me everything. Those and this, and 4 and 6 and 7. And also it's from the right, only they give me the departments. That's because it's matching. I don't have 7 and 8, or I have hold on a second, I don't have yeah, I forgot to save it. Okay, why is that? I supposed to change the number. What's going on here? Let's go to departments. I supposed to have why it doesn't save? Supposed to have 8 and supposed to have 9 ID, and we said the first one supposed to be let's media, this one aviation, That's the deviation, right? Okay, save it. So just truncate the table. Sorry for this problem. So back to SQL Server and then start the package. Give me 6 rows now. Back here, SQL Server selected. So it's because it's left or a joint, left, same thing. Now let's do, okay, let's do the full. Okay, do the full. Total of 8. Back to SQL Server. Sorry, I'm supposed to truncate the table. It's almost like 4:30 in the morning, so I'm kind of a little tired. So here, back to the SQL Server, select the table. Look, if give me everything now, but what is that? Hold on a second. That's full. That's full, but I don't have the matching here. So I have the department is media. Let me just go back here and get the table. Back to SQL Server, and then okay, look, even if it's full, it only gave me the department and the deviation, but we're not gonna give me the ID because it's not, because this is the match, this is the key reference to it. If you go back here, double click the join key, I don't have it. So what's gonna happen? Let's just do some experiment now. Let's just move the files around. Okay, let me just break this connection, and then break this connection, and select this connection first. Let me just move it. Move this to this side, move this to this side. Right? Move it. So this is gonna be the left side. And okay, get rid of this, get the merge union again, and then connect it, sort it, connect the second one also, double click. We said this is, I need the department ID, first name, last name, and state, right? So let's just connect it to the SQL Server table destination. So ID, first name, last name, and state. I don't have a salary and departments. Go back to SQL Server, make sure to check the table, then have data, run the package. So on the merge we have the inner joint, right? Let's do the left. I'm supposed to have everything from the left now. Go to the left. Six rows now. If you go back, it still give me the median deviation because in the ID, because I said 100 times is the ID. I don't have the ID, is not matching, is not part of the join key. Is not part of it, the join key. That's why. Alright guys, I think that's everything, and talk later. I'm gonna have a lot of videos to my channel, so thank you very much, and have a nice day.